Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a program called Your Love Story, and I'm going to use my Kabbalistic tarot cards. And the first card that I pull will be to do with your first 15 days of June for you coming from Gemini. And let's see what the first 15 cards say. It's a wonderful card. It's a card of the universe. It says that to find a new romance, it will be a very lucky romance for you. So, by all means, give it a chance. The person who's chasing you or the one you're chasing for, go all out. And if you have a romance, this card says that it's going to improve itself very much. The talk from the romance stage to the more conclusive marriage state will happen easily. So, a wonderful first 15 days you are getting. Now let's talk of marriage. How does marriage pan out? Let's see. Well, for marriage, there can be some issues. It says either you or either your marriage partner, there will be a tendency to want to dominate. And that would not be a good idea. So stay away from you who are the one listening to me. Don't show domination. Be flexible. Be negotiable. And the first 15 days of marriage can develop into something very good and favorable for you. Now I'm going to talk to you about your last 15 days in June. And again, I'll start with the romance area, you coming from Gemini. All right. Now, this is a card that says the main issue, if you find a romance, would be you may find a very arrogant person. And so if you notice that, you don't need to realize why that person is behaving like that. The fact that this new person is showing interest in you, you need to see why. Is it to make you feel inferior? And that would be not good. You have to get that going. For your ongoing romance, I would say be flexible, be negotiable. It's not a bad card, but it's a card that makes either you or your romance partner, you coming from Gemini, oversensitive to what is said, and that can just stir too much of trouble. So take it easy, step back, take a deep breath, think before you say or do anything. And that would help definitely the last 15 days of your marriage. All right. Now I want to talk to you about your lucky ages. Your lucky ages for you coming from Gemini. Now let's see what the lucky ages say. Well, your lucky ages from this card, I would say if you happen to be the ages of 15 or 24 or 33 or 42 or 51 or 60 or even 69, then you're going to be one very lucky person because you're going to have the chance of finding a romance which will be good, and your marriage, if you're married, will be very, very lucky. And if you're not married, the chances of you getting married will be wonderful. So if you're of these ages which I mentioned, if you're not of these ages, you'll need to have a 90-minute session with me based on your date of birth, time of birth, and looking at your palms. I will talk to you about your next 7 or 8 or 9 years in all areas of your life. We'll talk about that later. Now I want to talk to you about your lucky colors. There will be a certain planet which will be very powerful, and the representation of that planet in terms of color is white. So wear plenty of white in the month of June, and you will attract a lot of special energy to help you in that finding romance or improving the romance or improving your marriage. And now we will talk about your lucky directions. Well, when you look north or you look south or you look east or you look west, you coming from Gemini, you are going to face some planet or another. And to get inspired for romance and marriage, I would say face west. West is going to be bringing you a lot of inspiration where romance, marriage, and may even give you that aura of attracting the person you want. So face west as much as you can in the month of June, and you'll become luckier in areas of marriage and romance. And now we will go to a zodiac sign trouble. Somebody from the zodiac sign may give you problems, and who might that be? Well, from this card, I'm going to settle down to say it's somebody from Sagittarius, who in the month of June will give you a lot of problems. So if you find a new romance in the month of June and that person is Sagittarius, be cautious because things are going to get very rough. If your ongoing love affair or romance is that person is from Sagittarius, expect many differences and arguments. And if your marriage partner is from Sagittarius, don't bring up past issues because they are going to create a lot of differences between you. And try not to show domination, be flexible and be responsive to the needs of of your husband or of your wife. So there you are. Now, who can you form an attachment to in the month of June? You coming from Aries, and let's see who that person might be. And that person, according to me, will come from Aries. So somebody from Aries is showing interest in you to form a new romance or your ongoing romance. If that partner is from Aries, you'll do very well. And if your marriage partner is from Aries, you're going to be very happy with that person. So things involving a person from Aries seem to be very exciting for you. Well, that's the information I have to give you. I have a 90-minute session based on your date of birth, your time of birth, looking at your palms. And in those 90 minutes, I'll talk to you about your next 7, 8, or 9 years in areas of job, business, finance, romance, marriage, family, and your health in detail. I'll give you your personal lucky lottery numbers and your lucky colors and your lucky gemstones and your lucky days and your lucky directions. A lot of information how to channel the energy of supernaturalism from you, and you'll be very lucky after that. So send me an email, AndyHoro9, ANDIHORO 9, the 9